Chapter 10. Charlie's Nymphs. While Hollywood's naively exhibitionistic golden people romped through the roaring 20s at a killing pace, there existed in their midst a slight, solitary figure dedicated to the film as art. This man was British, and British he would remain. Charles Spencer Chaplin attended other people's parties, the fancy dress, not the wild kind, but he was never known to throw one. This perfectionist preferred to build his own studio on land he purchased on the corner of Sunset Boulevard and La Brea, and spent months on costly retakes on his pictures. Chaplin did not seek out scandal. Scandal came to him. Chaplin had been the subject of diverse speculations in the film colony since his meteoric rise to fame. Some of these speculations dealt with his alleged avariciousness, but the most popular theme for gossip was the way the little man had with women. His name was linked at various times with Edna Purviance, Lila Lee, Josephine Dunn, Anna Q. Nilsson, Thelma Morgan Converse, May Collins, Claire Windsor, Claire Sheridan, and Pola Negri. A big woman in Charlie's love life was also one of the world's richest, the original gold-digging Ziegfeld girl, Peggy Hopkins Joyce. She cruised into Hollywood with a $3 million bankroll, alimony from 5 husbands, in the scandal-streaked year of 1922, just to see if the most talked-about Sin City in the world measured up to its reputation. Peggy arrived in Hollywood dressed in chicest black, set off by a display of emeralds and diamonds. A young man had just taken his life on her account in Paris. Her mourning was confined to her wardrobe, however, and soon she and Chaplin were having dîner à deux. Her opener had a certain showgirl candor. Is it true what all the girls say, that you're hung like a horse? The big blonde and the little fellow were soon enjoying a summer sojourn in the island of Catalina, Charlie having set aside preparations for his next project, Napoleon, to indulge this idol. Charlie and Peggy sought out a secluded cove on the far side of the island where they could picnic and do some nude bathing, unobserved, or so they believed. The presence of the 2 celebrities on the little island had not gone unnoticed, however, and several of the more intrepid native Catalinans had hiked up the mountain overlooking the cove, equipped with powerful binoculars. Soon afterwards, the wild goats native to Catalina acquired the nickname Charlies. During their brief but intense friendship, Peggy regaled Chaplin with the story of her life as a gold-digging adventuress. Chaplin put these anecdotes to good use, several incidents in Peggy's early career providing him with the necessary inspiration for his film A Woman of Paris. The little women in Charlie's Hollywood career established his reputation as a chicken hawk. The first nymphette was blonde little Mildred Harris, who was 14 when she and Charlie met at a blanket party on Santa Monica Beach. She was just 16 when Charlie asked her to marry him. He had been informed of her pregnancy, and it seemed the sporting thing to do. Their marriage on October 23, 1918, was but 48 hours old when one of the new studio nabobs, an ex-junkie dealer named Louis Mayer, flashed a contract at Mildred. It was signed. Mildred had a cute face, but was no actress. Mayer, however, saw the salability of billing her as Mrs. Charlie Chaplin. The contract annoyed Chaplin, who had not been consulted. Mayer announced with great fanfare that the first feature starring Mrs. Charlie Chaplin, Mildred Harris, would be a saga of domestic discord entitled The Inferior Sex. As a legit couple, 29-year-old Charlie and 16-year-old Mildred didn't hit it off too well. Chaplin confided wistfully to Fairbanks that his young with-child bride was no mental heavyweight. A note of tragedy was injected when Mildred almost died in childbirth. The baby boy was a deformed monster who lived only 3 days. He was buried in Hollywood's Memorial Park Cemetery under a headstone marked The Little Mouse, with an undertaker's prop smile fixed on his face. He had never smiled. While Mayer launched a publicity campaign based on the famous comedian's wife, the Charlie-Mildred marriage went poofed, and they began accusing each other. She charged cruelty, he charged infidelity, on the nation's front pages. Chaplin was too discreet to draw attention to the nature of her flights from the conjugal bed, often to spend the night with Metro's woman of 1,000 moods, Nazimova. Charlie was also fed up with Mayer's tacky exploitation of his name to promote Mildred's films, the second of which was a quickie Mary Pickford imitation titled Polly of the Storm Country. Given Chaplin's mood, it was evident that sparks would soon fly. A chance encounter occurred April 8, 1920, in the crowded dining room of the fashionable Alexandria Hotel. Seated at opposite tables, Chaplin accused Mayer of encouraging Mildred to up the ante of their divorce settlement. When Mayer stalked out to the hotel's lobby, Chaplin followed. Mayer turned and shouted, "You filthy pervert." Chaplin dared him to remove his glasses, upon which Mayer whipped them off with his left hand and socked Charlie with his right. A solicitous Jack Pickford uprighted Charlie from the potted palm into which he had collapsed and led him away, dripping blood. Mayer, who had learned to scrap during his rough days as a New Brunswick ironmonger, sneered as he watched him go. I only did what any man would have done.